Have you ever noticed how some older travelers glide through the airport looking calm, comfortable, almost protected, while everyone else is stressed, sore, and exhausted, and wondered what secret they know that no one ever tells you? That question hit me hard the first time I traveled with my uncle, a retired teacher in his early 70s, because while I was standing in long security lines, fighting for a seat at the gate, and paying extra for every tiny comfort, he was quietly being offered things I didn't even know existed. And that's when I realized something most people still don't understand today. Airports and airlines have unwritten comfort upgrades for seniors that cost absolutely nothing, but only if you know how the system really works. And this isn't about asking for special favors or cutting lines unfairly. It's about protections, policies, human judgment, and small loopholes designed for older travelers that almost nobody explains clearly. So let's talk about the first one, right? Away priority assistance without priority. Tickets, because many seniors think you need elite status or first class to get help. But airlines quietly flag age-related assistance needs at check-in, even if you never asked for wheelchair service. And that can mean early boarding, closer seating, and calmer handling by staff, simply because agents are trained to reduce fall risk and stress for older passengers. And here's the trick no one mentions. If a senior calmly mentions joint stiffness, balance concerns, or difficulty standing for long periods, staff are encouraged actually to offer help without charging or formally labeling the passenger as disabled. And this alone can change the entire airport experience. Then there's security screening, which feels like chaos for most people. But seniors are often guided to less aggressive screening lanes when officers notice slower movement, hearing aids, medical devices, or even visible anxiety. And TSA doesn't advertise this, but officers are trained to de-escalate screening for older adults to prevent medical incidents, meaning fewer pat-downs, more explanations, slower pacing, and sometimes even seated screening options. And yes, this is free, automatic, and discretionary, which means being calm and respectful matters more than arguing or demanding anything. Now let's talk about seating upgrades that don't look like upgrades, because airlines quietly block certain aisle seats and bulkhead rows for travelers who may need quicker bathroom access or more leg movement. And seniors are often reassigned to these seats at the gate without being told it's an upgrade. It just happens, especially on longer flights. And if you've ever wondered why an older passenger suddenly gets moved closer to the front while others don't, that's exactly why. Then there's Gateria Comfort, which is overlooked completely because airports have limited seating with armrests, higher seat height, and less crowding. And gate agents can direct seniors to these areas if asked politely. But more often, they'll proactively offer it when they see discomfort. And here's something most people won't believe. Some airports have quiet rest zones and semi-private lounges accessible to seniors without lounge memberships. But they're not labeled clearly. They're usually offered verbally by staff when they sense fatigue or confusion, which means confidence and calm body language unlock doors that signs never show. Another big one is boarding flexibility, because while early boarding is obvious, what's not obvious is late boarding protection, meaning seniors are often allowed to board after the rush if standing causes pain. And airlines quietly support this because falls during boarding are a huge liability risk. So if a senior waits and boards calmly at the end, staff will still help stow bags and settle them without rushing. And yes, this is considered a comfort accommodation, not a service charge. Now, let's talk about carry-on handling, because lifting bags into overhead bins is one of the most common causes of in-flight injuries for older travelers. And airlines don't want that. So flight attendants are trained to proactively assist seniors with luggage, even when helping others is restricted. And this isn't kindness alone, it's policy-driven risk management. Meaning, if a senior pauses and waits, instead of struggling, help usually appears without asking. Then there's restroom access during delays, which is a quiet but powerful upgrade, because during long taxi delays or gate holds, seniors are prioritized for restroom access or allowed to deplane briefly when possible, especially if medical needs are mentioned. And again, no fee, no announcement, just quiet coordination between crew and ground staff. And here's a subtle one most people miss. Meal flexibility, because on longer flights, seniors are often offered alternative meal timing or simpler options when available. Not because they paid for it, but because crew are trained to reduce blood sugar issues, nausea, and dehydration risk in older passengers. And if you've ever seen a flight attendant quietly check on someone older more often, that's not random, that's intentional care. Then there's rebooking protection during delays and cancellations, which might surprise you, because while airlines don't say it publicly, customer service agents are instructed to prioritize seniors when rebooking disrupted travel to avoid overnight airport stays, missed medications, or health risks. And this can mean faster rerouting, better flight times, or hotel vouchers appearing with less resistance, all without elite status. And finally, the biggest comfort upgrade of all, human patience. Which sounds simple, but it's real, because airports run on speed, and seniors are one of the few groups officially allowed to slow the system down. And when that happens, staff behavior changes, voices soften, decisions become more flexible, and options suddenly appear that never show up on a screen. And that's the part no YouTube video really explains. Because these upgrades aren't buttons you click or services you buy, they're human responses built into airport operations to protect older travelers quietly. And the reason so many people never experience them is because they rush, argue, or try to act like nothing hurts, when in reality, calm honesty unlocks comfort faster than any credit card perk ever could. So if you or someone you love is traveling in their golden years, remember this: the airport isn't just a maze of rules. It's a living system designed to prevent problems before they happen. And seniors, whether they realize it or not, already protected by invisible layers of care, patience, and flexibility, completely free, waiting to be noticed. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Because suddenly the airport feels less like a battlefield and more like a place that quietly looks out for you when you need it most.